As we come on the air this midday, temps climbing here in North Texas, about to top triple digits. That as we get a better look at the damage from a deadly tornado in the Texas Panhandle and our damage here from overnight storms. Thanks for joining us this midday. I'm Suzanne Bruner. Now we want to get straight to the major damage we're seeing here in North Texas first. The biggest problem for many, again, was hail. Denton County in particular, Sanger getting hit hard, as you can see by these photos sent in by viewers. Lots of folks out there checking some damage. Collin County also pounded by the storms, even seeing a tornado watch at one point. Our Megan Mitchell checked out the damage in Lavon.
And you can see just how bad that damage is through this bank drive-through. This is completely leveled at this point. You can see even the top of where the inside of the bank was. That roof is also torn off. Now, this is just some of the damage that we expected to see from last night's storm. One thing we can confirm is that there was a tornado warning here in Collin County. And of course, in Lavon, this is Independent Financial. Someone affiliated with this bank was here in the early morning hours. They don't want to talk on camera, but they did tell us how upset and frustrated they were. There were people here assessing the damage, but you could even see that this was pretty widespread. I mean, there is trees that are cut in half. There are different branches that are thrown around all around this area. But of course, we'll keep you updated. Fortunately, no injuries in this situation. But of course, that destruction from the storm, nothing to be messed with. Back to you.
Thank you. And today, the death toll rising to 3 after a tornado hit the Texas Panhandle. Dozens are injured. Texas Governor Greg Abbott announced he's deploying state emergency response resources to, quote, meet urgent life safety needs. And this is in Perryton, a town that is about 2 hours northeast of Amarillo near the Oklahoma border. John Lawrence reports.
This went from an EF0 to a 3 in no time. So yes, there was a warning out there, but I don't believe it was the warning that people really thought that they needed to hear.
What were once houses in Perryton, Texas, are now destroyed, with splintered wood and crumbled concrete scattered on the ground.
Tornado is just 100 yards or so right there.
The National Weather Service in Amarillo confirmed at least one twister hit the town, leaving residents to pick up the pieces left behind and to stay safe until help arrived.
It looked like people were just having to self-rescue themselves. People were climbing out of rubble. There was the fire nearby. It was just a really, really horrible scene.
According to the CFO of Ochiltree General Hospital, dozens of people have been treated for injuries.
While not every part of the downtown is destroyed, it is heavily damaged.
In an email sent to CNN, Hansford County, Texas Judge Tim Glass said officials are preparing, quote, for a possible mass casualty and or recovery event.
If you hear that word warning, or if your phone goes off, you cannot treat it like a small issue, a small tornado, because you don't know if it's going to be your neighborhood or not.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
And right now, I'd like to bring in meteorologist Greg Fields. Greg, it looks like the National Weather Service is sending out survey crews to assess the damage in several spots.
Yeah, they do have a couple of crews out, so we'll know exactly what we were dealing with those storms. A lot of wind damage that we know, and we're just assessing that right now. So we'll know more as we go through the afternoon. As the storms die down, though, we are talking about that heat out there, too.
Triple digits, it looks like.
Going to be close to it, and certainly going to feel like it's that and over as we get into the weekend here. So get set to sweat as we're taking you out to Fort Worth right now, 82 degrees. Still looking at mostly cloudy skies out there. Those temperatures starting to warm up a little bit. Actually, a little bit of a break. We'll see winds today coming around out of the north and northeast, so it's not going to feel as hot as it's going to, I think, as we get into the weekend. But 82 taking you out to Fort Worth, coming back over to downtown Dallas. A little bit hazy out there as well with the mostly cloudy skies in the low 80s right now with those temperatures. Now, we are looking at some low 80s along the Red River as well. Gainesville and Sherman at 81. Those upper 80s, though, getting out to Granbury, Hillsborough, Corsicana in the upper 80s now. So we'll start to see the temperatures warming up, and we're going to feel the heat a little bit. Not so much today, but it will still be oppressive, especially as we get into the weekend. So we are looking at the heat advisory and that excessive heat warning that's in effect, the darker shade of pink there. We are looking at the heat index over the weekend. Heading out to Corsicana and Navarro County, getting over into Athens, down toward Palestine. Maybe 115 plus is what it's going to feel like in those areas this weekend. So please do take it easy out there. Do all the necessary heat precautions. We'll be talking plenty about that as we go through the weekend. Heat index in the heat advisory area coming up into the Metroplex. Heading out into Collin County. Areas a little farther east could get up to around 110 as we go through the weekend. So that's going to be the story for us as we get into the holiday weekend. Also, Father's Day weekend. It is the holiday. Yeah, we are looking at the air quality levels that could become unhealthy as we go through the day as well. So definitely keep that in mind if you're sensitive to those ozone levels. So here is your day planner. We'll be up around 90 over the next hour or so as we head toward lunchtime today. Skies becoming mostly sunny. We'll warm up to around 95, but again, that heat index is hot as 105, maybe 106 later today. And then it's going to be warm heading out this evening as well with partly cloudy skies. So the storms are behind us for now. We are holding on to some low wind storm chances over the weekend. So rain chances aren't zero. We'll talk more in detail about that for you coming up in just a little bit. But now, Suzanne, back to you.
All right.